And I will share a little bit before closing about the lion dance, that how significant. If you're interested, I really like to spend on the lion dance, have many symbolic meanings and have a long history far back many thousand years. And it's an art of lion dance. In the old days, when they start this ritual ceremony, okay, and during the emperor time, and like, as I said, it's come from Persia, and then it start to evolving to the history. Into today, it's become a very all over the world. We have a big competition of lion dancer, become a sport, become any special from birth to death. Like you can have a lion dance for weddings, for opening the store, for Chinese New Year, and even for funeral. So it's covered in all aspects of life. Lion dance become tradition. And then that's the dragon. So come to being for Chinese New Year blessing. They have many stories about why we do lion dance. Because they will bring good luck and get rid of the negative energy for protection also. So, and blessing the whole community, like in Lahaina town, they will have lion dance. We start from the walking, blessing us, and go to the whole town, blessing the whole town. If you're interested, we can talk about the lion dance in other town, because the whole history evolving is so exciting. How the martial arts in the old days is not start with martial arts. It's related to the Buddhism also. They use lion dance for ritual ceremony related to the Buddhists, when the Buddhists make a journey from India to China, and then the lion dance is a part of the Buddhist ceremony. And now later on, it incorporates other aspects into the martial arts, in particular during the Cultural Revolution in China. That the martial arts have to hide in themselves, and for the continuity of the martial art practice, they incorporate into the movement of the lion dance to make it survive. This is very exciting. I just know about this when I did research, prepare for your talk. So thank you for the opportunity. Very exciting to know. We learned that, when you're feeding the lion with cabbage, they have a tradition, you hang a cabbage, green lettuce for the lion to, lion have to catch the green lettuce. Actually, the tradition, the practice, because during the Qing dynasty, there's a revolution want to overthrow Qing. And they're hiding messages. It's like the moon festival. They put a message in the moon cake for the revolution. But now for the lion, they put a message in the lettuce or cabbage and hang for the lion to catch and eat. So that's how they're sending money and messages during the lion dance to overthrow. They want, it's the movement. So the political aspect interweaving with the social, cultural, and spiritual. Very interesting in the lion dance practice. And until today, how the evolving more to the years, thousands of years. Very exciting to learn from. And today, not many people know, even among the martial arts. and the lion dancer masters. They don't talk about this. I think it's very significant for us to honor the history and know where it's coming from and how there is a beauty of the tradition. So when we see the lion dance, we know there's a symbolic meaning, there's a spiritual aspect, there's a political aspect, and also there's a tradition and a rich culture that hold through times of evolving to the lion dance today.
I did want to mention that the lion dance is, it originates in Persia?
Yes,
okay.
The lion came from Persia to China.
Okay.
I think yes.
Yes, and then that part about the political aspect of, let's see, messages being passed through this ball then that would be the cabbage, that the dragon basically, or the lion basically dances and chases. Is that correct?
That is during the Qing dynasty.
Okay. Okay.
The Qing, before the Dr. Sun Yat-sen revolution. That is the Qing dynasty that this practice, in particular southern part of China.
But it's a tradition that sort of is continued, but it comes from that Qing dynasty.
No, during the Han dynasty, when the lion dance for Persia, the Han dynasty 206 BC to 220 AD,
wow.
when they have a foreign influence to China.
Okay.
And then the lion was given to the emperor as a gift.
My gosh.
During that time.
Okay.
During the Silk Road, there is between India, Persia, and that journey happened at that time. And also the peacock came to China that time together with the lions.
Okay, the peacock.
So interesting, from the Han dynasty.
Wow.
And then they have been evolving from the Han to many centuries. Okay, they're changing, evolving into the Qing dynasty.
Okay. Wow.
The last dynasty that the political, there is a political aspect before. Okay, at that time they do it during the wartime, but during the last dynasty, the Qing before 1911, 1912.
Okay.
The last emperor. That part is very exciting how they incorporate to the lion dance. The martial art.
Wow. Thanks so much, Yip, for sharing that. I had no idea.
Yeah. So exciting. The another part is the history of Chinese. I add into your PowerPoint. China, it's a Chinese in Lahaina. But just I already mentioned on the way, but this is show how they came in a boat, and a lot of our ancestors married the Hawai'i. So, and they during the plantation that we have the highest number from late 1800, from 1852 that come, and that's why a lot of the Chinese New Year, the Chinese New Year celebration is carried by all the ancestors, the Chinese who left China and brought this tradition to different parts of the world. And when they come to Lahaina, they have many kind of celebration. And right in the working society here in Lahaina, they have many celebrations. The Chinese New Year is one of the festival. And then they build a society hall, like a community center, to supporting the members. And all the ritual ceremony festival is just help the community to stay together and helping each other, and also for the culture, the tradition to be continued, in a foreign land. So they play important role on this festival, ritual ceremony. So and then I share a little bit history here. You can see how many Chinese came here. Almost thousands of them came. Okay. So in Lahaina, from 1778, I mentioned that here, but come to Hawaii 1800. But the Chinese came to Hawaii maybe 1400, as I mentioned before. But the written history said 10 years after Captain James Cook arrived, was 1788. Okay, but this is interesting, and from our research, if you go online, I mentioned that the book Coolly Speak, I talked before. Please go if you have interest. Anybody want to know more about the migration of Chinese? They make a journey to different parts of the world. In this book, Coolly Speak, majority went to Africa and Latin America and working as slaves at the same period. So it's very interesting.
Yeah, for those who made it, or those who ended up in Africa and worked as slaves, they were basically stolen then?
If you go to that book interviewed the descendants, and they have many stories. You tell different family how they make a journey. They said one thing when they left, to Hong Kong. When they leave, they will put a symbol on you, a collector. A symbol said, if you got this collector, what country you have to go. That mentioned in the book, okay. But sorry, please go to the book. They're very exciting story we can learn from our ancestors at that time, and a lot. I met with a lot of descendants that from Africa. They said they have, from China.
Okay. Yes.
And to the intermarriage, like the Chinese here married Hawaiian, and the Japanese came after Filipino, Spanish. They all become one family. It happened in different parts of the world. The same, the Chinese become a part of the culture there and settle down. And that's why the Chinese New Year celebration have been evolving and integrate into the local tradition also of celebration.
Okay. Yes, I'll put a link in the video description with this when I'm done.
Yes. So can we go? I mentioned already about this. How the Chinese came, they work in the sugar cane, their contribution in the irrigation system, and how they survive by helping each other.
Okay. Yeah, and then I'll put in here.
Yes. The intermarriage with the Hawaiian.
They're such beautiful people together.
Yes.